And if they're manic or if they're schizophrenic, they're feeling high. I mean, just, woohoo, we're having a party. And then some of them don't crash for quite a long time into um, the depression. So they can do a lot of damage to themselves, to their lives, to their families before they realize that there's a problem. Right. But like I said, my galley crab, she knows when she's lucid that she's ill.
Is it usually like a quick change, like between being like in the right mind to state of psychosis, or is it slower?
I see it. It depends if they're rapid cycle. Rapid cycle bipolar is where it can go, like hours. It usually rapid is within hours. Um, Regular or more of a slow bipolar, it can take days.
Okay.
But you can start seeing symptoms if you know what you're looking for. Yeah. For her, when they bring her in, oftentimes she is not. She's combative, but most of them are when they're manic, and that's how so many of them get arrested. That's how so many people who have psychosis get arrested, because they're so manic, they have no idea where they are, they have no idea what they're doing, and all of a sudden this person is coming to them and wanting to take them somewhere. And they may be seeing, who knows what they're seeing or hearing. So adding that they're being physically dragged somewhere makes them combative. So that's how often they end up in locked wards or in jails, and that's oftentimes why they do some sedation. For her, she gets so manic, they bring her in, she usually hasn't slept in about a week. So that adds to the cycle and just makes everything worse. So usually what they will do is they'll force sedate her. She sleeps usually for about 48 to 72 hours. And then by that time the medicines have started working. Plus she got, number one, she got sleep, which, helps, and then they're able to start giving meds. But she doesn't always want to take her meds either. So I mean, but that's the struggle with bipolar, is when you're high. I mean, when you're feeling that mania, there's nothing better in the world. Like, you are just floating, you're the king of the world, and you don't want to take your meds because this feels good. And the meds usually make them feel real, like real lazy and real. To them, normal feels blah, because when you're high, there's nothing better. So the meds make you feel blah. Why would I want to take my meds? But then they forget, when they're manic, they forget what the depression is like.
Well, and that's what leads to addiction, because when they're down, they want to emulate that high, and then...
Right, then they try and self-medicate to avoid the depression, so then that cycles them back up into mania. And then the cycle.
It's just crazy.
It keeps right on going, and the more they cycle, the worse it can get, and the harder it is to pull them back. I remember the first time I met this one from Gallaudet, she had to be, her and I are probably about the same age. So I would say she was in her late 20s, early 30s. And she looked really, she looked good. She looked a typical, she was fit. She was good. When they got her sane, we were good. We were good. Now she's cycled in and out so many times, she's probably put on about 100 pounds. It's harder and harder for them to pull her back. The medication is getting more, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And she's gotten to the point now where, when she's good, then she wants to go try and find employment, and she wants to keep going on with her life, because she's educated, she's very educated, she's very bright. I mean, just awesome. She'll get just to that point where she's good enough, where she'll get like a DVR counselor, and we'll get a coach, and we'll get everything all set up, and then she'll send us back into it. And I don't know if they can't, what it is. I mean, it is that, it's heart-wrenching, particularly because I see her, and I knew her when I was going through my ITP, and I didn't realize, I always saw her lucid, like, we're good, we're meeting out in the community, and this is great, and talking, oh, you're so smart, that's great, oh, yeah. And then I ran her in the hospital, and I'm like, oh my God, this can constantly attack a doctor because when she's psychotic, she doesn't want to be touched. So the doctor, so when I go in, when I know that she's been there less than 20, usually less than 24 hours, I don't go anywhere near her. I'm usually way back by the door. Rule number 1, nothing gets between the interpreter and the door, particularly with that one. So, but the doctor was a new doctor, never seen her before, and they have her chart labeled because she's attacked people in the past when she's psychotic. So the doctor sat right next to her, and I'm just going to use you as an example. Sat right next to her and starts talking, and I'm like, that might not be the... She tends to be very physical with her movements when she's like this. She might want to move. I'm trying to like be really nice, you know, and I'm not trying to diagnose her, and I'm not trying to tell her what to think, but I'm like you're gonna get hit. Doctor, come. I know what I am doing. I am the psychiatrist, and I will sit exactly where I want to sit.
Well, good luck.
Hang on one second. Okay, go. And she starts talking to her, and she has no awareness. She does this. And she turns around with a fist and clocks her right in the face. And this is a little, I mean, this is a she's a little itty bitty lady. Just clocks her. And I just stood there.
How hard was that to get?
I'm just gonna
Booyah! There you go.
So that, you know, of course security comes in because they want to get her sedated. She's very upset. You know, she's very, very upset. She doesn't want to be touched. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, you're going through a psychotic break and you're feeling, and I don't know how deaf people feel psychosis. I don't even know how hearing people feel psychosis. But if you're feeling, you know, if you're hearing things and you're seeing things, I would imagine that your sense of touch is heightened, particularly if you're a deaf person. That's just my gut. So I'm sure that was, I don't know if it hurts or if it's like a tingle or whatever. So they clear her all out, and the doctor comes out. I'm just standing there. I'm not even, I'm just and I'm going over. Is there anything you'd like to know about her linguistically? No, I'm good, thanks. Okay, go. I mean, it was just, every ounce of my being wanted to laugh, but it was, I mean, she just clocked her. It was full force. I tried, but I can't, you know, you gotta walk that line of, and I thought I was trying to be nice.
I bet you she went home and had a glass of wine to
Yeah.
deal with that.
And a steak.
With a side of peas.
Yes, a peas.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Okay, let me get back to what I'm doing. Read. Mentor. This can be a challenge, I'm not going to lie. It's not always easy to get interns into mental health situations. As I'm sure Ashley can tell you, we tried to get her into a couple of things. Sometimes it's really tough, particularly with confidentiality issues. And, you know, not only for the patient, but then for the docs. And then sometimes I have to lie and say that they're my team, which I've done on occasion. We are the introverts. We're gonna work together. We're good. We work together. So sometimes it can be really hard, but I don't know how much of it you have heard, but myself and Jamie Garrison are going back down to Alabama in the 3rd week of April, and we're hoping to bring back the internship program here so that if you go down to Alabama and you take their classes, you can take your internship up with us. And we don't know what's going to happen. I mean, this is all very new. They're openly committing that we're guinea pigs. I have my 2 guinea pigs here already. One of them is my boss, so I really can't screw it up. I'm really hoping to collaborate with Jamie on some level with that, particularly because she's staff at Aurora. So she'll just have a different perspective and more access to things that I won't have as a freelancer. So should you come at it from that perspective, I can come at it from the freelance perspective, and hopefully we get stuff something really nice. And hopefully be able to set up more formal mentoring